So, ladies and gents, welcome to ZeWall. They had to redo this because the map generation didn't generate a stone for MBL. And it looks like everything's fine for the stone this time. And they also start with the scout. So I'm guessing that because of how cramped everything is, sometimes the scouts just don't appear. Because maybe they spawn on top of a resource or something. So, ZeWall is an arena-style map. But this is a neutral wall that neither player has, right? That neither player has access to. So, like you could see from Capwatch's point of view, obviously this gives him no vision. Same thing for MBL. So, in a setting where we see a lot of towers, a lot of Vil fighting, we're probably not going to see as much of that, at least early on here, and this should be more of a peaceful start for both of them. And Melee advanced faster to the next stage, so I could see a fast castle happening for Capwatch, and I could see a fast castle happening for MBL. Now, the resources they have available here, there's 2 boars, there's deer. This deer is trolling Capwatch right now. There's pigs or sheep. And then obviously there's wood, and then I think the main thing is their golds are both horrible. So if either player gets a castle down, it could deny the golds. I feel like Capwatch might not be able to drop a castle because of this relic, though. Just small map things. But okay, so there's that. But if they were to both lose their gold, they do have other golds. This one obviously is not great for Capwatch. But he could take this gold. And then it's also the same with stones. So like this stone, both these stones are pretty brutal for Capwatch, but this stone is enough to get to a castle. So that's good. Space will be a bit of an issue, I imagine, for players, so they'll need to figure that out. Spanish are known for being one of the best castle drop civilizations, so I assume MBL will try that. We could also see a feudal age tower rush be possible from both of them. So we'll see. You missed the Komodo dragons on this map from Titans League? Yeah, we just got wolves instead. You'll just have to deal with the woo-woo-woo. Woo-woo-woo is kind of an old meme. I mean, I guess I've been doing it forever. So a lot of the memes are old. But I feel like most people don't know the origin of woo-woo-woo. It's actually a very old story that incorporates MBL, of all people. It was Masters of Arena. It was Masters of Arena 3 in 2015. That was just when I had asked Dave if he wanted to cast some games with me. So, you know, it may be our first, like, 5 or 10 casts or whatever. And, like, he's better with it now, right? Like, obviously, Dave's a good caster and has lots of game knowledge and whatnot. But, like, back then, Dave was the what-if guy, right? Still a big what-if guy. But, like, a very different style what-if guy these days. It's, like, more applicable to the game. So, it's, like, post-imp. I think it was MBL versus Viper on Masters of Arena. MBL still didn't have looms. Like, 130 villagers. And Dave's like, what if MBL wanders over there with a villager? He'll lose a villager to a wolf. And I was like, yeah. Anyways, back to the game, right? And then eventually it happened. Dave was keeping an eye on it. And then afterwards, there was a little woo-woo-woo. So, yeah. That's the story. And then there were a couple of videos made on it. And then I only had like 5 emotes available back then. And I didn't want a hype emote. I had the woo, the T90 woo. So, and it's a very nice emote. So MBL's up. He's been attacking this wall for a long time. And so clearly he wants to break through and go for towers here. So it's not fast castle. Capwatch. It seems like a fast castle play from him. But he has not clicked up to the feudal age yet. We'll see if he does soon. Normally you would add a lot more villagers. But he might kind of feel like a little paranoid that MBL may go for fast feudal. And he may want to do the same. You could just build behind this wall. If you saw this was happening, you could just build a house here. It's just still kind of weird to me how MBL, if he's going to tower rush this, hasn't brought villagers forward yet. But Eco is currently better for Capwatch. And Capwatch is going to see MBL's feudal time and see the villagers here in a moment. So see what he chooses to do. He did get looms, so I think he expected this. So remember that time where I said we wouldn't see towers? Well, guess what? I don't know what I'm talking about. But, I mean, it's very different than the previous games. It's more relaxing, and there's not as much in the way of Vil fighting yet. So like we said, this stone, complicated spot to mining camp, but you've got to do it. And Wolf, just attacking Capotch there. Capotch is going to house and palisade this way. House and palisade this way. You feel for Capotch here because of his gold positions, but he still has gold and stone available. It almost looks like a bluff attack here from MBL. Like he's dropped the tower simply to deny the enemy's gold, and is just going to go back and collect resources now. Well, I'll tell you what you can do in this instance. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but if you're Capotch, what you could do is you could drop the tower here. He tried to attack the walls with Vils, but repaired it instead. Well, oh, that's something I didn't explain to you guys because I assumed you guys knew it. Yeah, you can't attack walls with villagers here. Actually, no, I even forgot it myself because I was implying that that would happen. Where was that? So in Titans League, a tournament that MBL played in, we learned that if you try and attack the wall with villagers, it would repair because it's how the map works. So anyways, I kind of missed that and I'm sorry, but yeah. So what I should have said was tower rushing and Vil rushing isn't a good idea, guys, for this, that, and the other reason. But yeah, you could drop a tower here and just shoot this down if you wanted to if you're Capotch, because there's no villagers to hop in for MBL right now. Holy subs from Sharkfin. Sharkfin, thank you. Many people were dodged. It's all good, though. Again, I came in today, right? And I was like, and I told you guys, like a big focus for me on procasts is I want to break down the game and be very in-depth because I feel like being on Facebook for 2 years didn't have as many viewers, didn't have as much to interact with, and he's alerts to talk about, etc. And I really tried to work my commentary the last 2 years, and I feel there's some value I can bring there. So came in today, was like, hey, just letting you guys know, not really going to say thank you as much during the games, and the support's been unreal. So I'm sure people later on YouTube are going to understand a mention or two. But thank you. Okay, 2 towers. I mean, MBL's making progress here. You don't spend any of your stone when you repair the wall. MBL's adding spears to attack it. Okay. And he's using both the towers, too. Interesting. So he's going to add an archer range, too. He wants to go for some archers, which is a little weird with Spanish. There's one of 2 civilizations in the game that does not get crossbowmen. All right, so this is all going to come down to timing. Capotch is hoping to click up to Castle Age here soon. He doesn't really have a ton of food available right now. Also, can we appreciate how snug this mill is right now from MBL? It's such a snug spot. It's awful for farming, but... Ooh, it's such a tricky spot. I feel like with where the resources are, Capotch might want to sell 200 stone and then use that gold to buy food. So he did sell some wood and some stone, but you only have this stone to work with if MBL comes into your base, so you don't want to sell it all. Good stuff from Capotch. Really good. Oh, no, he's so... Oh, no! Well, it's a little awkward because he doesn't have the gold. Drops it off, and zoom! He's going to zoom on up. So, Capotch has the tower here to defend from this. And MBL building quite a few towers here. MBL has all this gold behind this as well. He's going to have archers to hop inside the towers, so I would prefer MBL's position over the next couple minutes. But if Capotch can get siege out, and that could be potential for him soon, then things might not be so good for MBL. So cramped here, man. I wonder if some people can't watch small maps because of how like claustrophobic it makes them feel. It wouldn't surprise me. He's like, nope, can't deal with it. Sorry. Imagine being Capotch right now. He's actually done such a good job. This tower helps defend. He hasn't lost anything this game. Even his scout's still alive for now. He will have enough for a castle now. I think you just drop the castle right, like, up against the gold, though. MBL's going to try and block the foundation. Ah! MBL blocked it. That's so smart. He walked underneath Catpotch's TC to block the ideal castle spot. Now, I don't know about fully building them, and losing 3 vills, then losing the archer. But that is next level stuff. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, forgot about that one, MBL. This is going to be bad for both in many different ways. So this is how you need to apply the level of logic here. The castle builder is going to lose villagers. But if the castle goes up, then MBL will likely lose army, villagers, and all the towers. Oh, no. Honestly, your best friend here is patience, and no one wants to have patience here. Catpotch is like, I'm not a doctor. I don't have patience. Sorry, dumb joke. But no, like, this is the right move. Just try and wait till you bring more vills and pull the weak ones if you can. Okay, well, I don't know if this is patience, actually. This is, like, very much urgency. Oh, no. Keep in mind, like, it's a small map. Losing a lot of villagers might be worth it, and there we go. So now this castle is devastating in the long term to MBL. Now, I don't know how you deal with these archers. Also, can this tower not be dealt with? No, it's being... I think it was being shot down. MBL's making a tower next to the castle. Like, that was my thought, is if that original tower was right up against the castle wouldn't actually shoot it down like this one's being shot down. I think MBL is going to have his work cut out for him here. You can't really wall this to stop Karambits from running into your eco. Now, Catpotch doesn't really have an eco. But good thing with Malay now, you get the armor upgrades for free. So that helps a little bit. And the archers are kind of going down. There we go. Yeah, archers are going to go down. And now MBL doesn't have a way to stop the Karambits. Wow, man. I wonder what happens if... What am I seeing here? Is there... Oh, it's the other tower. I think Catpotch forgot about it. You can't see it. Is that a bug? Normally, there's an outline. Now, I'm using Capture Age. But that tower is still going to work here. And now NBL hopped out to try and wall it in. There's a tower there. Somewhere. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I wonder what happens if NBL gets a stone wall down and this castle can't be placed here. Because it was so smart to place it where he did. He just forgot the obvious choice. But that's almost, if you follow this whole series, that's almost very similar to when Catpotch tried to drop walls to deny a town center from NBL. Karambits will die to tower fire and town centers. MBL has not reacted here, though, so I don't know if he realizes this is even happening. He's a little distracted at the moment. Catpotch is losing villagers to this tower, which is slowly going down to one Karambit warrior. What? I mean, people could have a lot of different thoughts about this, but I think we can all agree this is peak Age of Empires. So... as long as people understand that, I'm okay with it. Great game. Yeah, I thought originally MBL would go fast castle and drop a forward castle, maybe make conquistadors. I think this is a little bit lack of prep for MBL. I can't be that critical of him for not being prepared for a show match that's supposed to be a lot of fun. I think he thought the villagers would batter down the walls, and again, as I explained, they cannot. I could be slightly critical because MBL did play in a tournament where that was the case, but even then, it's like... he would have had to see someone try it against him or try it. It was a little niche. You guys watch a lot of my casts. I, of course, watch the cast. Even I didn't bring it up. So I think it's kind of a tricky thing, and that is just how the wall works. So that did affect MBL's mindset. Ultimately, it felt like he killed a lot of villagers, and if things went a little bit differently, maybe the castle for Catpotch doesn't go up. A great job from Catpotch, once MBL got the archers and towers, to just say, this castle has to go up. we will send everything. Because the castle made a really big difference there. And wow, I mean, we've had 4 more games coming of small maps between these two players. But in terms of the series, for those that care about that, super close here, 3-3. And you can see the resources collected was high for MBL, but he would have lost a lot of his wood and stone investment because the towers would go down. And then the lack of food and gold was then the issue. He was never going to be able to make it to Castle Age there.